Hi, my name's Eldin. We're at PhotoPlus 2017 on the Sony booth, and just on Wednesday we announced the a7R Mark III, which I'm super excited about, as well as a new G lens. This is the 24-105 f4 OSS-G lens, which I'll get to just after the camera. So super excited about the a7R III. The a7R II, one of my favorite cameras to use now in a more professional body. The size and the form factor of the a7R III is exactly the same as the a7R II with a number of upgrades. It also uses the same 42.4 megapixel sensor. Now, you may ask yourself, why is that special using the same sensor? Everything else in the camera has been redesigned. So we didn't make full advantage of what we could with the technology on the a7R II.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No worries. Now, we couldn't take full advantage of the a7R II with the technology that we had at the time, but since we launched the A9 and using a lot of components out of the A9, we now take more advantage out of what the 42.4 megapixel sensor can actually produce. We've included the Beyond's X and front-end LSI that comes out of the A9 into the a7R II, redesigned the circuitry so you get a much faster and cleaner flow of data going to the processor before it gets sent to the media card. What that does for us is gives us an additional stop of dynamic range, bringing up to 15 stops of dynamic range, as well as giving us a much cleaner image, not only in regular shooting, but also in low light shooting. So the ISO performance has been increased as well to 32,000 as a base ISO, or the highest in the base ISO, expandable to 104,000 ISO. So we're getting a much faster, cleaner image coming out of the camera. In addition to that, we've incorporated a new shutter mechanism, and that shutter mechanism paired with a faster Beyond's image processor allows us to now shoot at 42.4 megapixels at 10 frames per second with continuous AF and continuous AE tracking. No other camera can do this. Very important, that actually comes out as a 14-bit uncompressed raw image, so it's incredible the processing power and the speed of this camera. You can also shoot at 10 frames a second in either silent shutter or in mechanical shutter, so you have the option of doing either or. We also incorporated the dual card slot from the A9 so that you have more of a professional workflow if you need to record redundancy to both cards, or if you need to record JPEG to one, RAW to the other one, or still images to one card and video to the other card. That capability is in the camera, as well as the OLED viewfinder out of the A9, so a much better visual image, which is really important when you're shooting at 42 megapixels. To be able to see the resolution that you're shooting allows you to pull finer focus and frame your image a lot better. The other advancement on the camera itself, on the body, is the inclusion of the touch screen, so you can use for touch autofocus as well. Another addition that wasn't on the a7R II that came out on the A9 is the addition of the little joystick for controlling your focus points. So at the same time of announcing the a7R III, we also announced this 24-105, which is a great standard zoom range, and it becomes that all-in-one lens that gives you from a wide angle to a fairly mid-telephoto, which is fantastic. It's a constant f4 aperture. It's G series, so that you know it's very high quality. The G series will include ED, extra low dispersion elements, as well as advanced aspheric elements, and a nano AR coating to reduce glare and flare. So extremely high quality, good lens. We have switches on for autofocus, manual focus, that you can switch instantly without having to dial into a menu on the camera, as well as turning the image stabilization on and off.